Morning, y'all. So I got asked how I secure my ropes to my saddles. There's different ways to do it, and everyone has their own tips and tricks and techniques to do it, but this is just how I do it. And I have two saddles out here where they're secured differently. This first one I have, it's what we call an Oregon crossover strap. So I got a big long strap of leather on the right side, and then on the left side, and I'll take a picture of it, I've got a buckle over here on the left side. And what I like to do is I like to take one or two wraps, depending on the thickness of the rope. And I kind of put my wraps in front of the saddle horn. And then I take the remainder strap and I wrap it around my horn just once. And then I'll wrap it once, twice around the rope. And then I'll run it to the off side and I'll secure it to my buckle. And the reason I wrap it around my horn, you can just wrap it around your rope and then buckle it. But I like to wrap it around my saddle, so that way if a horse gets a little bronky with me, I can grab my coils and use it as a night latch, and the strap going around my horn, I can lift on that and it's gonna take the pressure. The strap going around the horn is gonna take the pressure, and it's not gonna put all the pressure on my buckle or where it's secured over here on this side. On this saddle, if I'm doing a lot of roping and I'm coiling up and then I gotta go ride somewhere real quick and then rope something else, then what I'll do is I'll just leave that strap down. On the off side, I have a rubber band, a big fat rubber band. It's the same thing that team ropers use to wrap their horns with. And what I'll use this for, is I'll just put my rope over my horn, and then I can take this rubber band and I can just pop it over my horn, and that'll secure it so that so I have easy access to get it and do some more roping. So that's how I personally do a Oregon crossover rope strap. The next saddle I don't have an Oregon crossover strap. I don't really have anything to tie it onto my saddle with. So I just take bungee cords. It's an old bungee cord that broke, and then I just tie a little piece of rope to it to give me a handle. And for this one, all I do is I take my rope, set it up at the base of my horn, take the strap, flip it over my saddle horn, and that'll hold my rope. This way, this bungee's not very big, so these big fat poly ropes that are 60 feet long, they can bounce quite a bit and they can kind of wear that bungee strap out. So I'll generally do this if I'm roping with a nylon rope or a shorter rope in a smaller pen where I don't need a great big rope. I'll generally use this one. And if I'm doing any real heavy roping with a long poly, then I'll use this saddle, and I'll use my Oregon crossover strap for that one. So those are just the ways that I tie my ropes to my saddles and secure them to my saddle. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. See you next time.